Hey there, this is Rahul Patil, your health coach. Today I'm going to talk about a different correlation. If we have movement problems or if we have health problems, we can learn a lot from how humans have evolved, or we can learn a lot from our history. And all the answers, believe me, lie in the past. It's a very, very interesting thing, and it's the truth. And we all will come to know that soon. Movement with toddlers is extremely exciting because I have a 8-month son, and I look through his movements and I learn a lot about movements even now. Always a lot to learn from a toddler. But, we forget to behave how nature has programmed us. Then it's always good to refer back to the original programming code and learn the basics, and we learn a lot from the past. The beginning is where all the answers to the problem we face lie, the problems that we are facing today health-wise. As far as movements are concerned, a baby can teach us a lot where we went wrong and what needs to be done again in order to recreate a healthy state of body, which moves well, that moves the way it is supposed to move. A toddler can teach you many things. That's why I say go in the past to learn how to move well. Back extensions, hip thrust, quadruped movements, rolling and rotating, squat, plank, push-ups. There are so many different things the toddler teaches you. And a lot of basic movements, all should focus on. That's the key. That's the key what we should be learning from a toddler or learning from the past. How to move well, how to play. These are the things that we need to learn, not from adults, but from toddlers. And the point what I'm trying to make here is look in the past for answers. And we have a situation today. We have an epidemic going on, we have a pandemic going on. But if you look at the core problem of the pandemic, the people who are really experiencing the symptoms seriously, or people who are going towards the extremes, are the people who are suffering from comorbidities. And what are those comorbidities? Diabetes, heart disease, obesity, low immunity. And again, if you want to find the answers, all the answers lie in the past. Specifically for people who have diabetes, heart disease, the answers lie in the past, in the entire food choices that you have made till date. And if you look at the pandemic or the epidemic and why people have been experiencing more disease for the past 40, 50, 60 years, again, the answers lie in the past. In the research that we have been following has been based on hypothesis. I keep repeating this in my different videos, but there is a strong reason for that. And if you really want to know which food suits us, which food will make us healthy, remember, food has information for our genetics, and our genes are going to respond to every morsel or every meal that we consume. And what is that meal? What is that food that we need to consume? What is that information that we need to provide to our genes? So our genes respond accordingly. Our genes respond to keep us healthy. All the information in the genes is evolutionary, and evolution has taken for millions of years. It has taken place for millions of years, and that's how we have evolved into what we are today. The human beings of the past, for millions of years, have ate some particular food, and our genes have evolved around that food, and that's what we are supposed to eat. But what has happened over the past 40, 50, 60 years is that we have moved away from our nature. We have moved away from eating what we are supposed to eat. And that's why, in spite of so many advances in technology, so many advances in science which is heading only in one direction, that is based on the hypothesis. The hypothesis talks about fat is dangerous for health, carbohydrates are good for health, meat is bad for health. So we are moving away from our nature and we are accepting something new where the intention of people who are trying to promote it is something different. It is business. The commercials behind the entire thing of projecting meat as bad, saturated fat as bad, and encouraging people to eat vegetable oils, more carbohydrates, developing the new American food pyramid, and convincing people through different media, social media, newspapers, backing the research. These organizations also back the research, back the scientists, but they tell these people that the kind of outcome they want from these researchers. And what has happened? We, as a population, we have no idea what's happening behind the scenes because we trust what comes in the newspaper. We trust if it's coming from a source like a scientist or a big organization which is highly respected, and we trust them blindly. And what happens? We suffer. The problem of eating wrong food is that it's not going to affect you immediately, right now. The problem of eating wrong food is that it only affects you after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, because it creates inflammation, and inflammation, if it remains chronic, then it can create different problems in different peoples. But remember, food is information for your genetics, and your genetics respond to the information that you're providing through food. And if I have genes which are going to respond in a certain way, then my genes will define what kind of disease I will have, and your genes will define what kind of disease you will have. That's why different people have different autoimmune conditions or different diseases. Some people are more prone to obesity, whereas some people remain thin and still are diabetic, or some people develop autoimmune conditions like thyroid, celiac disease, people develop conditions like eczema, psoriasis, etc., etc. So remember, food is information, and we have evolved for millions of years on a certain food. So if we forget to provide the right information to our genes through the right food, we will experience disease. And my entire goal in life is to provide this right information to everyone who's watching these videos. What right food is. Saturated fat is not bad. What is good for us? Yes, saturated fat is good for us. Meat is good for us. Not eating meat is a personal choice. It's a religious choice. So if you don't want to eat meat, it's your choice. But meat is a good source of protein. Let's understand one thing. Meat has a lot of other vitamins and nutrients. It's highly dense in nutrients, and it is essential for your body. So if you're not going to eat meat, you will experience certain deficiencies. And if you're a vegan or a vegetarian, I urge you to complete yourself with nutrition by taking at least the vitamins and minerals which you are going to lack because of not eating meat. But at least don't eat soya, because soya is going to damage you further, damage your health further. Don't consume food cooked in vegetable oil. Say no to vegetable oil. Start cooking your food at least in saturated fat. Being a vegetarian doesn't stop you from cooking your food in ghee or coconut oil or for example, avocado oil or olive oil. These are all saturated fats. They have a good balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. That's the thing that we should be focusing on. We should be focusing on things that keep us healthy, that make us healthy, that reduces the inflammation in our system. Instead, the present science, the nutrition science, what we have been exposed to, is only making us inflamed, chronically inflamed. And this chronic inflammation, because of refined carbohydrates, high sugar present in different forms in processed food and packaged food, all the chemicals, soya present in different forms in different foods, soya being projected as the food or the source for protein, it's completely wrong. And it's only based on commercial interest. So we need to start thinking, and we need to start asking questions. Why are we being pushed to eating food that is artificial, eating food only that is being produced for commercial purposes? Why can't we start asking questions? What is right for a human being? What is my digestive system made for? Am I eating what my system is made for? For example, if your car is a petrol car which runs on petrol, are you going to put diesel because diesel is cheaper and gives more mileage? No, if you put diesel in a petrol car, the car is somewhere going to get burnt out, or it's going to get locked down. So just put the right fuel in the system and let the system react to the fuel. So fuel, that is food, is information for your genes. So put the right fuel. The right fuel for our body is real food, not processed food, not packaged food, not vegetable oils, not soya, not just vegetarian products. As I said, being vegetarian or vegan is your personal choice, but meat is not that. So get this one message very clear. Eat real food and you will be able to get away from most of the diseases. But you have certain diseases which need a deeper investigation, deeper intervention. And functional medicine always helps you get down to the root cause of it. So there is a lot deeper investigation done in functional medicine. Yes, you can make all the right choices and get maximum benefits out of it. But if you are one of the people who's not getting benefits even after eating correctly, and you are still lacking that complete health picture, then you can always get in touch with me on my email, that is mygeneticnutrition@gmail.com, or you can get in touch with me on my website, that is mygenetic.com, or you can also get in touch with me on my Instagram page, that is mygeneticnutrition, or on my Facebook page by the name Rahul Patil. So this is your health coach signing off, and see you later again in my next educational video about food and health. Thank you.